That's the main famous tourist attraction here, the Holstentor. This was one of 4 different gates originally, which were entrances to the city. This one is also famous for this used to be on the old Deutschmark, 50 Deutschmark note. They say about this place as well, it's the city of 7 spires. It's got 6 churches, 7 spires. I can count 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. There's another one just in the background there, so that's 6 of them. So there's one other. This is at the back of the Holstentor. You've got the river here, and these warehouses here, apparently from 1694. You can just see the winch up there on that last one. These were where they stored the salt, which would be delivered here on the river. Then it'd be winched straight into these warehouses here and kept. Back in the day then, salt was much sought after, what they used to call white gold, because it was worth so much. This is on the first floor inside the tower. You can buy a day ticket for €18, which covers you for most of the museums and attractions in the town, rather than paying individually, which would work out a lot dearer. You can buy the day ticket in any of the attractions that you go into. Just go up to the desk and ask them. So there's quite a few of these boat trips you can do up down the river here. Just a short walk down from the main part of town. You can hire these boats here. You can get 6 of you in there, and it's €49 for an hour. Lübeck has a huge array of different styles of buildings. It's got to be remembered though, during World War II, 1,425 buildings were totally destroyed, with another 8,411 damaged, so not all are original obviously. This is St Mary's Church, and it's probably the most famous church in the town of Lübeck. And outside of it here you have this brass devil statue, which relates to the actual building of the church, when the builders were said to have tricked the devil into helping them build it, kidding him it wasn't going to be a church but it was going to be a wine bar where he could get drunk all the time. There's always a crowd around the brass devil statue outside here because people either touch his head or his horns, which supposedly gives them luck, which seems a bit odd to me really, bearing in mind it's the devil, but there you go. Although it was already mentioned Lübeck was heavily bombed during World War II, it was actually declared a Red Cross port to facilitate the delivery of Red Cross parcels for Allied prisoners of war, which actually saved it in the end from further destruction, but 30% of it was totally destroyed by the bombings. This is actually Germany's oldest hospital and dates back to 1260. It was actually used for housing pensioners when they were coming towards the end of their lives. But one good thing what they did get was a daily prescription of 3 litres of homebrew, just to keep them going. There we go, he follows me around every country I go to, the man with a can go, just to ruin the video for me. Every single time. This place is called the Hospital of the Holy Ghost. This is what you look inside. Bed. And this is the impressive courtyard outside it. You can actually smell them roses as you're walking up there, here where the wind's got hold of them, blowing the scent down. The river surrounding Lübeck is called the Trave, and it's 124 kilometres long, and it runs right down to the Baltic Sea. This is another one of the 4 gates that led into the city. This one goes back to 1241, and that's the picture of it there where the number 10 is. That bit with the 3 spires in front of it is no longer here, but originally that's what it would have looked like. And this one is called the Centerberg-Tor. Again, you can smell the waft of the flowers they got outside coming up here where the wind is catching it. Every building's different as well, beautiful. Do you know, I don't think I've ever been to a place where it's got so many beautiful buildings. I mean, it's just non-stop, all different as well. Well, first impressions of this place, I must say I'm quite impressed. Very nice, very clean. It's not full of aggressive beggars or drunks. There's a few here, but not many. That's been one problem that I've noticed whenever I've been to Germany, especially with the drunks. They just seem to be everywhere. But yeah, very clean. It's hardly anywhere that's covered in spray paint. Again, like a lot of Western Europe is. Quite a lot of tourists here. They mainly seem to be Germans though, and there's coaches parked up everywhere, so I think they just come in on day trips. There's a lot of hotels here, I've noticed. There's a lot of fish and chip shops. They seem to like their fish here, and there's a lot of kebab shops as well, which sort of lowers the tone a bit, I think. But I suppose you just get that everywhere now. There's nothing you can do. Now this here is called the Bridge of Statues. No idea why. Yeah, I've literally just said about how nice this place is, and there's no druggies and drunks everywhere. And then I see these statues. There's one here, there's a couple of druggies hiding behind it by that bike. And then the one over there. They're all round it. I just see one of them basically just collapsed, holding her arm. So I don't know what she's took. But there you go. This building here, which it says was from 1557, it's got these different stamps outside it. Every one of them is different. This is inside St Anne's, and these are all the different family coats of arms of everyone that's overseen the looking after the poor and the destitute in this town. So George slaying the dragon with the princess praying for his success. This one's called the Root of Jess. You can see growing out of his heart. It's Mary Magdalene being carried up to heaven by angels. These are actually cupboard doors. Absolutely huge. Must have been some wardrobe. Seems a bit funny to have a picture like that on your wardrobe door. They're absolutely stunning, some of these things. They're all carved out of wood. They all seem to have a violent tone to them as well. Like he's running her through the gut with a sword. He's certainly seen better days. There's even Jeebus up there without no arms or legs. Another one there. Just incredible the workmanship that's gone into making one of these. This is out in the courtyard of St Anne's. This one is the devil accusing Adam and Eve. There's the devil there. Adam and Eve with the snake. Taking the apple. Purgatory. This This is the huge cathedral. There stands the mighty lion. This is a memorial to the old Saxon king known as Henry the Lion. He got his name, he was fighting a dragon and a lion joined in and helped him defeat the dragon, and after that they become the inseparable apparently. There's the inscription. They reigned in the 12th century. This is inside St Mary's Church. There's a lot of interesting stuff in here. Lübeck was the first German city that was carpet bombed by the Allies during the war, and loads of it was destroyed, including this church, or part of it. And during the bombing, the bells come down out of the bell tower, and when it was restored they left them in the exact place where they fell, which is just over there in that cage. This part of it here, that's the dance macabre. There's in this wall painting going round, and also on a stained glass window up there. This is in the home of the German author Günter Grass. I'm just reading some of the blurbs here. I didn't realise that he was actually in the SS. He goes after the war, he turned against it. Which does make you wonder, if Germany won the war, how his views would have been then. This is out in the courtyard garden bit, with some of the sculptures that he done. I will say one thing, bearing in mind that, as we know, people get their surnames from their ancestors' professions. So, were his family police informants? Günter Grass had many strings to his bows. He was an author, he done sculptures, and he also was an artist. And here's a few examples of some of the stuff that he done. A little weird perhaps, but I personally quite like these. Lübeck has around 100 of these courtyards left today. In the 17th century there was a huge population increase, and landlords used the space between the houses to put these tiny booths which would house artisans, labourers. Some were used for charity, as like almshouses for the poor, but many of them were really small. Some would be 3 metres wide, 4 metres long, and these people had to live just in there. Here we got all these marzipan shops. There's a few of them down here in a row. This apparently is what this town is most famous for. It's a marzipan model of the Holstentor. I guess I'll have to try a bit. All I remember about it is it makes your teeth hurt. There's a Vladimir Putin made out of marzipan. Thank you very much. I don't know whether they're made out of marzipan or not, I don't think so. Who knows? Looks like a few free samples there. It's making Lorraine a position. The story of how marzipan was invented goes back to, they reckon that Lübeck was under siege and a chef in the town, or a baker, he only had 4 ingredients left: sugar, almonds, eggs and rose water, and he knocked that up together and what he came out with was marzipan that we know today. Whether that's true or not, I've no idea. General Bismarck without all the druggies around him. It's just been a thunderstorm, so they've all cleared off. I think they're around the Wilhelm I statue over that side today. What must they think looking down on them, sticking needles in their arms? I don't know. I'm assuming that pissoir is where we get the term piss from. The other 3 are all WCs and that one's just a pissoir, so I take that one's just have a wee in, and these ones are for whatever. That is Lübeck Airport there, and the bus stop is just there. You want to get the number 6 bus. It's a bit confusing because on the timetable it looks as if it's going to Hamburg, because that's the last stop, but it doesn't. It just goes to the bus station in Lübeck, and the train station is right next to the bus station, just behind it in Lübeck. So just get on there. You pay on the bus. It's €3.40 for a single, and it takes pretty much 30 minutes, and you're there.